It has been a crazy, crazy weekend of action, but we are now at the end of it all. We have our first 19 players that have qualified for the finals in New York. But let's talk about the NA West standings. Who will be joining the other 17 players? Let's find out.
Here it is.
And it's going to be Snow and RiverSanc. Congratulations. You're going to New York City. Number 1 and number 2 in the NA West region. Incredible stuff there. Both of these players had huge games. We caught them on stream ball at quite a few.
We saw a bunch of RiverSanc's games, and then Snow as well, that last one we watched. Unbelievable performance there. And he got, what, was he first or was he second? I don't even remember anymore. But
He was first.
Yeah,
He was
first.
And
This was crazy.
For a long while.
Yeah, and honestly, he held it from post to post, and the first time we've really seen that, generally we've seen, well, minus Fax Fox, who took it just absolutely to another level, but Snow coming up clutch here and really riding this out for the whole victory out, showing he's able to execute when the pressure is on. And again, we talked about it. There was only 2 spots for NA West, guys.
That's right, 2 spots for NA West. And Monster, if I'm correct, you said Snow was, what, 16 years old?
He might have been the 14-year-old player I saw there, but either way, these are young competitors, a lot of young competitors this weekend.
I'm telling you, the skill is certainly there. Kitty, I know you won a tournament overseas, so
I'm kind of big in Korea.
I'm going to give you that moment there, but you know what it's like to play in these high-stakes scenarios, especially on the stage. But for these players here, RiverSanc and Snow, this is a big moment for them.
Oh, 100%. And one of the things that I wanted to take note of is they were both, the top 2 players were 10 points or above the 3rd player. Like, that was a huge spread. Being able to get that kind of points, like, in this competition level is insane. They both deserve to be there. They both deserve to punch their pass. They're coming to the World Cup.
That's right. So congratulations to Snow and RiverSanc. They're going to be going to New York City. Now, as we've been going through this entire day, we've had some pretty fun reactions from a lot of the players here. You know, Bugga or Slaya. And there's actually one in particular that's pretty awesome there, Sundown. We got Cody. Cody made the show. Mama Bizzle made it happen.
Yeah, so Cody, if you guys have seen the pre-roll bit, the one we did on Bizzle for the Winter Royale when he was going through, when he takes Cody on a walk, we talked about how he has all of his family support. Even Cody there got the Bizzle sweatshirt on, and Bizzle got his tweet up there just saying, right there, right up in the top, saying hallelujah. I know he's been kind of vocal towards the format, but just goes to show, doesn't matter when it comes down to consistency. The best players rise to the top. And I mean, just look at the amount of happiness in these pictures. I mean, Nate, OMG, Dubs, I don't know what to say. The 14-year-old making his way through. Benji Fishy in there as well. Vivid, absolutely shocked. You think at this point, Vivid would fail and just like not be shocked anymore?
That's the one. That is the one.
I love this one.
That's the one.
So, should I keep getting kicked from pro discords?
Wow.
No.
Nope.
Well, I guess kind of earned your spot there. I guess you kind of earned your spot. So here are the reactions of the players that have qualified across the different regions. But first, we take our way all the way to Oceania, where we saw our first players qualify for the Fortnite World Cup. And I believe that will be the Slaya God who picks up that one spot in the entire region to go to New York City and $3,000 to boot.
One word, Sundown. Clutch. That was
So clutch.
It was absurd. I mean, we've shown the clip, and let's run it again. So Volk was leading wire to wire the entire time. We talked about how Fax Fox and Snow were able to do it. It looked like that was going to be the key with Volk, but here, Slaya absolutely popped off 6 HP, clips the side of the build as he's going down. That's the difference of not taking the fall damage. It was more than the 3 tiers, and then he goes on to pick up 5 additional eliminations.
Wow.
And he didn't have a victory royale either, so the tie wouldn't have been good enough. He needed to push forward just for one more, ending up in the end after he gets one here, still building out. And I mean, Bala, this last play was disgusting.
Yeah, it was. I mean, he's already at 14. He ends with what you said, the 18. This is unbelievable. As this goes on, he finds the first one, then the second one, and then over the little wall there, first here. and then the
Wow.
wall goes down, and then another one. Oh my goodness.
And that was
it.
That was all it took to push him over the top, and getting to see it from the other angles, him just dropping around and picking it up. And we talked about how it was a game of absolute inches in some circumstances, but then in other regions, it wasn't necessarily so much a game of inches, more so a game of build your lead and hold onto it, Golden
Yeah,
Boy.
you had to hold on and maintain it. A lot of players took a variety of different approaches and strategies to just get to New York City. Then we go over to the Asian region. This is going to be owned by FaxFox, who takes the #1 spot, $2,500 as well, over Sexy Boy, Medusa, the like, some quality players in the region. But it's all FaxFox here, and he had, I believe he was the player that started, 4 games and 4 victory royales back to back to back to back?
Back to back to back. Off
We saw-
break, too. I mean, that's unbelievable monster.
I was gonna say, we just saw a crazy amount of like high elim games. To think that we'd see so many different players rack up elims in the double-digit tiers is truly incredible, and the amount of different players that could do that. FaxFox, not shy either on the elim board.
No, not shy either. So we talked about how he built up such a huge lead. He had 72 points after the first 4 matches. So that's 40 from victory royales. But that means there was 32 points coming out from the eliminations against the best players in his region. Everyone looking to have the #1 spot to not only win your first 4 matches, but also average 8 eliminations.
Yeah.
That's how you cement yourself. That's how you literally kind of carve your name onto one of those seats in New York City. It doesn't get better than that.
Yeah, well, we'll be in New York City. History will be made. Could FaxFox be your big winner? We'll see. Anything is possible. Now we have the European region. And in Europe, 8 spots up for grabs. Oh, apologies for that one. Caught myself there. Thank you, production. Brazil.
You did it again.
I did it again. Okay, it's terrible. I'm so sorry. Lay Leo, $3,000 richer, and picks up the ticket to New York City here. Lay Leo, Quasar Lay Leo, got to give him some love there as well for the people who support him. This play was just nasty. Was able to pick up the elimination there, critical elimination, to keep himself going in this game. And Kitty, I have to say, very impressed by these Brazilian players, and I'm glad we had an opportunity to jump into the action and see what they were all about.
Yeah, I loved watching them today. They definitely have a different play style to other regions as well, and just watching those games ramp up over the course of the day was really entertaining too.
Yeah,
I
very
love that
fun.
we got to pop in on it.
Yeah, and it was huge also that Leo did not give up. Again, we talked about leading wire to wire. That was Nyx. And in a region where there's only 1 spot, you have to feel like you're going to be able to take it away. But Leo, in the last match, bypassed him again by 1 point, but he also played 1 less match, did only play those 9 matches, so it clutched up a little bit better, was slightly on average better than Nyx, so earning the 1 spot out of Brazil. But honestly, I'm going to be paying a lot closer attention to that region, because there are a lot of names who are not only slaying out and getting high eliminations, but making consistent endgames over and over again in kind of interesting ways.
Yeah, it's been a region that I know that we all want to keep a close eye on. These regions, Oceania, Asia, Brazil, they don't get the amount of coverage, right, that European or North American regions would get. But it's nice that we're able to give them the spotlight here for the Fortnite World Cup and the road to New York City. Now we can move on to Europe. Okay, so 8 spots in Europe. Stompy, Prisionero, Benji Fish. Below, we also got Letwick, Nate, Diego GB, who, by the way, won't get kicked out of the pro discords anymore. Good for you, bud. And Train DRG. Those are going to be your 8 players that will be going to New York City. And Stompy, $5,000 richer monster. This guy represented the E11 org, has been playing out of his mind, and deserves this moment here.
Yeah, and so does E11, man. I've been following him for so long. For him to come in and represent Stompy has been a consistent force on the competitive field, day in and day out. Dates way back to early competitive here, so to see him come through, he had a lot of spotlight here on the set today, and it was quite interesting. We casted over all these games. It was great.
Yeah, we broke it down this 14 elimination match, but also want to give a shout out not only to Stompy, but also to Train HDRG, who was in that 8th spot. You saw Bala break down one of his plays, beating out the other 2 players with an absurd executed victory royale to beat the other 2 players out on the victory royale tiebreaker. So Europe was utter madness from top Stompy on this 14 elimination game against the best of the best. Europe, their top 3,000 cutoff yesterday was nuts. It was in like the upper 30s, I end up believing. So these guys came to play in those top 8. Cementing in their early spot is going to feel so good, particularly in a region where solos is so competitive. Every one of those players was making not only great placement scores, but great elimination scores. They had about the 50-50 to 60-40 spread, edging towards placements. So it's ridiculous to expect players to routinely act on that level, and these guys are doing it no problem.
All day.
Europe is a very competitive region, but so is North America, and so much so it's split up. We have North America East, North America West, and we start with North American East here. Here are your qualifying players. Bugga at the #1 spot. Everyone thought it was going to be Aspect. Well, there goes Bugga. Then Dubs, Bizzle, Commandant, Vivid, and Cease. Names that we have seen pop up time and time again. Big events and Bala, you know these players very well. I kind of want to get your reactions on this because there are some crazy moments here from players like Bugga, who honestly for me came out of nowhere.
Yeah, honestly, I've been following Bugga for quite some time, and I'm just so happy that he's able to go off so hard in this tournament today because it means so much. It really does. Bugga.
Yeah, and also another thing I want to highlight, Kitty, is Vivid. Vivid just coming to life. Right? Big moment for him. We had a chance to speak to the guy earlier. You could tell how elated and happy he was. You've known these players for a little while now. I can only imagine, like, you know, what you must be feeling for them as well, because it's a lot of pressure for them.
Oh, I have so much love and appreciation for these guys, and just being able to see them make their dreams a reality. Like, when you come up and you do so well in an event like the Summer Skirmish, and then now you lay a little bit lower. Like, Vivid has had some great events, but now to come up in week 1 of qualifiers and say, hello, here I am Vivid. One of the most kind, humble people, and we also see people like Bizzle and Cease, who I've had a chance to play with, and they're amazing, amazing guys, and just these people that are so kind and so hardworking and so deserving of that place on that first bus.
Let's now talk about the entirety of the group, the 19 players that will be going to New York City. Here they are. Congratulations, everybody. What a run this has been. Some crazy games were had. Quality Fortnite through and through. And then you got to give credit where credit is due to the players in the lesser known regions for showing up, showing what they're capable of. And then the youth, a lot of young players here, man. This is ridiculous how, like, just the talent's absurd. I'm blown away by it. When I was 16 years old, I was struggling in tournaments. And that was about a good 40, 50 years ago. But yeah, man, I'm telling you, I'm just so impressed with them. Well, speaking of youngins, we actually got a really good player standing by. It's my boy, RiverSanc. How you doing, buddy? Congrats. All right, RiverSanc, I don't know if we hear you quite yet. Okay.
We will.
All right, move your mic a little bit closer so that we can get you. And I got the same mic at home, brother. You know, you just want to get that.
Sure? Is that it?
Okay, I think it might be good. I don't know if it's coming in too hard.
There we go. We're good.
Man, I hope you don't mute yourself in duos. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, congratulations, man. How you doing?
Doing pretty good. Overwhelmed.
So, huge weight lifted off your shoulders, qualifying in week 1. So you don't have to worry about going through the gauntlet again. Now you can just go through it for more practice, more time, more effort being put in. I know that you also had a big pickup as well. You're part of Team Liquid now. So congratulations there. As well, I know it says Bloom, but you are now Liquid RiverSanc. So I want to get your thoughts on preparation. What were you doing going into this? What was your what were you looking to improve upon? I know you're a good player, but what was your game plan so that this way you can ensure that you were getting, at the very least, up to that top 10?
Well, with this new format, it's kind of shaped around kills more. So, I definitely was a more passive player. I could play very well. So I think for me, it was a kind of a learning curve to be more aggressive, get the loot I want, so at the last couple of weeks, once we had this format, I just grinded it, played more in customs, I played more aggressive, and I think that's why I was prepared today. I really think I prepared well.
Awesome. So I was keeping track of the standings the entire time, and I'm sure you were as well. There was a point in time where you were in first place, and
Yeah.
were you concerned that Andrew was going to knock you off, or were you pretty confident that you were going to be able to hold this spot? Because then Snow overtook you, and then I was like, oh crap, this is not looking good. So what were you feeling at that moment, man?
So I saw Andrew had his 10th game, so I wasn't worried about Andrew. Definitely was worried. I had first until that last game. Who was it against? Sorry.
Snow and Andrew.
Snow. Yeah, Snow had a phenomenal game. He really pulled up, so can't complain. I did my best. He did his best. I'm gonna be looking to get first. He's next, so we'll see.
Well done from you there, RiverSanc. So I know you were just signed to Liquid, but let's talk about what's that Bloom thing. So we see a whole lot of players with Bloom in their name. Let's talk about that a little bit. What was the dynamic with that group of players? What did you guys go through? And what did that kind of mean to you to kind of come from that and now burst onto this stage, sense the winter route, and then from there forward?
Yeah, well, I mean, we started as a free agent team. Bloom is basically just a free agent, It was held by a good friend, owned by a good friend, just got a bunch of nutty free agents, put us together, and I'd say we're kind of like a family. We're a very tight group. We do VOD reviews together, we scrims together, we just improve together, and I'm really hoping the best for all the other Bloom boys.
Awesome, man. That's some pretty cool stuff. All right, so we give you an opportunity to plug yourself, promote yourself. Where can people find you now?
Liquid RiverSanc, no spaces on Twitter.
All right, there you have it, Liquid RiverSanc. Go ahead.
And then RiverSanc on Twitter.
There it is. That's actually the one. I want you to watch this guy. You got to go watch and get tips.
Speaks for herself.
I want the VOD reviews from RiverSanc, man. When the replays come out, I'm watching this, man.
Baller's trying to steal your strategies, RiverSanc. Don't trust him. Don't trust him.
Every day.
All right, brother. Well, congratulations, man. We'll see you in New York City. Take you out for a good slice of pizza, brother.
Congrats.
All right. In a quality Brooklyn joint, by the way. Ain't none of this Chicago garbage or anything.
Hi, is it Bella EU or Balawi? We were.
How do you pronounce your name, man? Talk to us. So one, we know you're a player for the Helsinki Reds. So what's up? What's your name? Introduce yourself to everyone.
Yeah, Bella EU. That's how you pronounce it.
Okay, good. Nice to meet you. How did your games go today? Can you talk us through it?
I had a good feeling the whole session. The 10 games I played, I had a good feeling. Nothing went that bad. I had no bad luck. Actually, not good luck, but everything was decent. I had a good vibe. And the last game was intense, and I played out very well. And I'm very happy with the result.
Yeah, you have qualified as our first 8 going to the World Cup at the end of July. Congratulations, week 1, setting the standard for players moving forward into these next weeks. So how are you going to practice now? How are you going to prepare? You've qualified. What are you going to do to set yourself apart from the competition in the end of July?
To be honest, I will continue like I have changed in the past. I will not change anything. My past training has been good, and it will be good in the future.
Whoa, I like the confidence.
So we saw that you did an absolutely amazing last match. I know you clutched out, got a lot of eliminations there. So once you got to the end and you saw your name on the leaderboard and you realized it was finals, you realized it was in the top 8, and you can call yourself one of the 100 best Fortnite solo players in the world. How does that feel, knowing all of the practice, all of it, it's come to this and it's validated like that? What's that feeling like?
I was in a shock. I'm still in a bit of a shock. My hands were shaking I couldn't have imagined that I qualified this week. I couldn't have imagined it at all. It's beyond my ultimate belief. I was confident in myself, but actually qualifying this well into the first week, absolutely unbelievable. It really pays off. I'm really happy at the moment. Really happy.
Congratulations, Bella. I just got chills for you. I am looking forward to see how well you perform at the World Cup and meet you to continue practicing, doing your thing, and good luck in the finals. Thanks for talking to us.
Thanks a lot.
So we do have more games to get into. We are going to be...
guys, but we do have our one of our winners standing by. We have Vivid, man. Hey. Let's go, Vivid. Good stuff, man.
Hey, let's go, baby. Oh my God, dude. This is absurd.
Go. Congrats.
So, all of this, obviously, all the work, all the frustration, I'm sure the late night angry tweeting. Everything has led to this point right here, man. Vivid, super proud of you, so congratulations. But also just want to get your reactions right now. You're going to the World Cup in New York City. You're playing the Fortnite World Cup. You're playing for $30 million, my dude.
That's freaking good. That's amazing.
I mean,
Speechless.
So how do you feel, man?
I was thinking last night, dude. I was like, man, if I qualify tomorrow, like the weight on my shoulders is just fucking. I'm sorry, will just drop. You know, like I feel so relieved right now. I'm so happy. Like you guys don't even understand. And in fact, like.
Ooh, just lost him a little bit.
I'm glad his connection wasn't like this in game.
Sauce, dude.
We did lose Vivid just a little bit. I think that excitement and elation. There he is. Okay, we got you, buddy. We got you. We lost you for a brief moment there.
Oh my
You
God,
phased in and out of the matrix. I'm sorry. Okay. So you were saying it was a weight lifted off your shoulders.
Yeah.
And what else were you saying after that, bud?
It's just like you guys saw my clutch game. They actually showed it. It was one of the last ones you guys showed.
Yeah.
I had like 46 points, and I ended up getting 9 kills in like 5th place, and it bumped me all the way up to 60 points. So I was freaking out. Like I was DMing people like crazy. I don't know. Like my mouth is so dry. Like I don't know. I've just been waiting for the results to finalize, and they're finally here. And like, oh my God, I'm going to Worlds, dude. Like, what? Oh my God.
That's awesome, man. Congratulations, dude. So what kind of preparation did you end up putting? I know that everyone's been grinding, everyone's been scrimming, they've been practicing really hard. Anything in particular that you've been working on that you felt like was like a weak spot in your game, in solos in particular, that you felt like you were able to apply for the qualifier?
I want to be honest, like I gotta give a big shout out to Tom because like all the practicing that I did, even for solos, it was mainly in the duos, and I just transferred like what I learned in duos with Tom over to solos. Like I didn't even really practice solos that much. I really wanted to play with Tom and practice with him, and we together would sit down, we would talk about, okay, what do we do wrong, and then there's a big difference between duos and solos, but the general idea is still there, and I just transferred what I learned over from duos to solos.
That's
so big
awesome.
Shout out to Tom for helping me prepare for this. So yeah,
cool stuff, man.
Oh my God,
dude, it's crazy. I totally get it. It's a crazy moment in your life, man. Congratulations. I'm sure that stream is going to be ridiculous when you go live. So have fun with that, brother. Thank you so much for your time, and congratulations once again. We'll see you in New York City.
Congratulations.
You guys are doing a great job. I'll see you guys there.
All right, later, bud. Okay.